Hello, 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 hello. God bless you. I am so glad that we have our time again this week. I am sorry that we're coming on, what are we? Let's see here. About 40, almost 45 minutes late. I'm sorry. Had some things going on, but we are thankful to be able to come. We're talking about the woman who decency shuns and honesty runs from. Just bear with me that we're going some places tonight. And yes, we're going to hit the political arena in this message. Also, y'all know we will, because we're dealing with a God that is a God of government. The government is upon his shoulders. So let's go to Proverbs 7 and start at the 6th verse. It says, "At the window of my house, I looked through my lattice. I saw among the inexperienced, I noticed among the youths, a young man lacking sense, crossing the street near her corner. He strolled down the road to her house at twilight, in the evening, in the dark of the night. A woman came to meet him, dressed like a prostitute, having a hidden agenda. She is loud and defiant. Her feet do not stay at home, nor in the street. Now in the square, she lurks at every corner. She grabs him and kisses him. She brazenly says to him, I've made fellowship offerings today. I've fulfilled my vows. So I came out to meet you, to search for you, and I found you. I've spread coverings on my bed, richly colored linen from Egypt. I've perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let's drink deeply of lovemaking until morning. Let's feast on each other's love. My husband isn't home. He went on a long journey. He took a bag of silver with him and will come home at the time of the full moon. She seduces him with her persistent pleading. She lures with her flattering talk. He follows her impulsively, like an ox going to the slaughter, like a deer bounding toward a trap, until an arrow pierces its liver, like a bird darting into a snare. He doesn't know it will cost him his life. Now, sons, listen to me and pay attention to the words of my mouth. Don't let your heart turn aside to her ways. Don't stray unto her paths, for she has brought many down to death. Her victims are countless. Her house is the road to Sheol, descending to the chambers of death." Now we're talking about seduction. This wasn't an actual woman. It is women, yes, women who have stepped over, crossed over boundaries. Because, one woman couldn't have had countless victims. We're talking about a spirit here. We're talking about brazenness. We're talking about corruption. We're talking about just hatefulness, deceitfulness, entrapment. Now, since this was an analogy, not only in the natural, in the spiritual, and we're talking about the government too. The government and the churches, always first. Judgment starts in the house of God first, then all this other stuff. You know, it's amazing how I was talking to my father briefly. I'm just seeing how he was doing because, you know, a lot of people are concerned about the weather. And we just thank the Lord, whatever he wants to do. We thank him. But I know that he's going to be taken care of. And he sounds so much better. I just thank God that it's proof that he still has a lot for my father to do. But he was saying that it's amazing to him how ministers don't like to tell the truth about themselves, as if they never had any problems, never had anything going on, but they're quick to tell others about themselves. And that's true. If they are not have been seduced by that spirit of seduction. Seduction causes folks to lie. It causes them to be so brazen to go out and destroy others and to just keep themselves hidden. We know we talked about many times the things that are going on in the churches. And just recently, a minister, bold as she can be, brought folks into a church and was protesting, they said, for the young lady who put herself in harm's way, who practiced through a school to counteract federal government, because we have gotten so caught up in the seduction of emotions. And this is where it is going here. He was targeting, seduction was targeting an inexperienced youth, someone who hadn't been taught and had not seen enough in the world to recognize this mess. So here we are with a woman on the level of using this amazing platform, talking about civil rights and the NAACP and all of these things. It's amazing to me how people allowing emotions to still consume them, making them oblivious to truth. Run amok with your emotions. Now, see, many times we have to go back on history. We're talking about politics tonight, and it probably is going to make some folks upset, and that's fine, because if you get upset, you go look for some things, you'll pray. If you're a child of God, you're going to go to God. You're going to say, Lord, I'm sorry. I don't understand. I'm upset about this thing, but I want to know the truth. Okay, so we're going to talk truth. Since we talk about all of this mess in Lady Liberty, you know, in America, and how folks are being seduced to this and that, and folks get upset because when someone says that someone should be here legally and you should have benefits legally, and how we going to help you legally. Oh yeah, that's true, and we're supposed to be compassionate. But when you say you are a minister of the gospel and you blatantly use that platform to make God look stupid, you play this civil rights game, you use the shade of your skin, and as always, the black was the slave and slave. Don't talk about black folks having slaves. You don't talk about that. You don't talk about even how, the whole truth got to come out. Every slave owner was not raping their slaves. They wasn't stealing, raping the men and the women and all this. No, they wasn't. You had some that had slaves and taught them how to read, go to school, write, and it was illegal because, you know, you had some folks that decided that certain people was not human enough to have dignity. And yet God still intervened and had these people to teach them. Harriet Tubman would have never been able to get any slaves out of the South if there was not help from the very people that people are saying are all devils. So the white man don't want us to have anything. The white man just want to keep you as a slave. The white man raped your women. The white women stole your husbands because they were mad at the husbands messing with the wife. All this stuff always been said. Don't say it wasn't. I'm 59 years old, about to be 60 if God's willing in July. So don't tell me it wasn't said. Then you talk about, well, you know, this party over here. We're going now. The Republicans are nothing but racists. And they just evil. All the money over there, they just racist folks. And over here, the Democrats, you know, we all for the common man. Let's get there. First of all, let's do your history. See if I'm telling you the truth or not. The Republican Party was started with 9 black free slaves that were wealthy. Republican Party. Conservative, meaning God first, family second, country third. Wanting you to be free to worship God like you supposed to. Be free enough to have your own businesses. Take care of your families. Yes, man with woman. Yeah, that's true. I know it's going to upset some folks because nowadays and age, if you talk about sin, you all of a sudden get all kinds of names called. If you talk about homosexuality, people say, well, you really hateful. God says it is unnatural because he made you the way he made you. Yes, he will forgive you. It is an act of sin. It is not a rite of passage. And yes, things have happened to people whom they decided they must go that way. You wasn't made that way. But we're going back to the truth. So if black men, wealthy, free slaves, started a party with white folks too, so that you could be free, how then are you telling me that the other party who created the Ku Klux Klan, who did not give you civil rights, go check your history, it was the Republicans that voted for the black folks, the Asian folks, the Hispanic folks to have rights that God already gave you. We call them civil rights. See if I'm lying to you. But yet we have folks still talking with the shade of my skin, saying that they're Christians, blood-bought, saved, Holy Ghost filled with the mighty burning fire, hating on folks that's on the other side. Does that make sense to you? So this woman said that she's a pastor. On tape, she said it. See if I'm lying, go see. Said that she's a pastor. She has a group that goes around. They don't tell people where they're going. And they just show up and they say protest. It was a mob. Had gone into a church. And they actually solicited white people to go with them. Oh, it was sad because they had gone into a predominantly white church. And these people that were white got into the white preacher's face. And this one man with the phone in his face and talking to the parishioners like they're crazy. The children was crying, not understanding this foolishness. And they kept talking about, say her name. This young lady who decided to listen to a school that taught her children how to protest ICE. You might not like the fact, yeah, they might have made some mistakes and picked some folks up that belonged here, but they let them go. But they are going after folks that you know, get your emotions out of the way. Came here and was raping and killing and stealing and all of these things and have records and have been gotten out of jail, out of that same party that's still telling y'all not to accept the other party that you came from in the first place. See if I'm telling you the truth. It upsets flesh to hear the truth. And then what gets me so amazed by folks that say they're saved. And if a black folk tell you this, then they're coons and sellouts and all of this kind of things. But you saved, filled with the Holy Ghost, with a mighty burning fire. You can't tell me anywhere in the scriptures where what you're doing is right. He said to live peaceably with all men, whether you agree with them or not. It's best, a lot of people don't even deal with politics. It's best because you have lost your salvation. Not only your natural mind, you've lost your salvation. How can you be saved and push things that Christ distinctly said is not of him, not of the Father? Every single thing that you find that is not like Christ. See, I'm just going to have to go there. The Lord's telling me. Why did some folks get upset? Because I said that I'm neither Republican nor Democrat. I'm Christian because I am. And that I would never vote Democrat. I'll tell you why. Because they have been tricked. I was tricked before. I voted Democrat once or twice in my life. Because we were told that's what black folks do. And I'm just going to be honest. That's what you do. You didn't tell us the history that from the beginning you were scared into it. And folks got killed if they voted the other way around. And how the South constantly kept trying to keep you enslaved. How is it then that one point when slavery was abolished, because they were fought to keep it, you keep forgetting. They fought to keep it. We're not talking about everybody. Folks that were unsaved was fighting to keep the money coming, because slavery was, every culture or people had slave of their own culture, own skin tone, if you want to put it that way, own race, as folks say. Oh, every race of people had slave of their own people. So let's get past that. So here you are, you having people tell you that the Republican Party don't want you, that they don't want to keep you enslaved, but yet they were the one that started slavery and fought for it. Literally had folks to go in there and keep them enslaved. And then after slavery was abolished, they created another form of slavery called the Jim Crow laws. Then after that, they took black folks of education to go with Margaret Sanger, a woman who openly said that black folks were weeds. She wanted to wipe them out. She caused black people to kill their own children. And Dr. Martin Luther King got the award. His wife came and took it for him. You know, because politics play politics. You can get upset if you want to. It's the truth. Go and see. Did he not get the Margaret Sanger Award? Yeah, he did. Did not Hillary Clinton get the award? Yes, she did. And she also said she was so enthused by Margaret Sanger. She really saw her as somebody to cheer on. She also did a paper in college worshiping the devil. So that ought to tell you something. She didn't really like black people that well, did she? But yet and still, when it was time for her to run for office, oh, she was appeasing those little black babies. She sat up there and say, she was talking about hot sauce. You know, it's racial slurs and things, and people don't even get it. They figure that, oh, she in with you. No, let me tell you something. White people are country, they country with you. They don't matter. They eat with you off the same plate. They drink with you and everything else. Don't try that mess about racism. Stop that foolishness. You're only racist when you choose to be. And if you're saved, if you once were, you won't be again. This woman that was brazen, coming against a man that was not used to being dealt with like that. That's been America. That's been the churches. Now you have preachers calling themselves preachers. No, they reverends. Never preach a gospel to you. They preach socialism. They preach to you, oh, this one don't want you. The white men didn't want you to have this. You need to have your right. Martin Luther King told you that when one day we shall overcome, but yet these black preachers in the Senate, they are civil rights leaders, multi-millionaires, driving Rolls Royces, and all of these things, and yet you still can't overcome, though. When emotions going to get out of the way? When you going to stop allowing this seduction to dupe you. You can't go to heaven with that. You can't go to heaven with hatred and still, after all of these years, still pushing slavery for only a certain group of people. What about the Indians that had white people enslaved and had their own enslaved? What about the white people that had Irish people who were white enslaved first? They were first over here, treated like a dog. And you do the history, when the Africans came, they could endure some things. Oh, so then we're going to really use them. So it didn't make any difference about the shade of skin. Stop this mess. I just told you, those that were evil had their own enslaved. And all of a sudden the enemy gets you in your emotions and have you put yourself in slavery. Thinking that white folks don't like you, don't want you to have anything, and yet then when you look in your family tree, you come from white folks too. But then when you get past all of that, God created us all in his image and his likeness. He said, for his pleasure we are and were created. He started with two. Then when he wiped out the world and then redid the world, Abraham, through the process, was the one we all came through afterwards. You know, Noah and his family. And then Abraham come through. And we are from our father Abraham. He said, the seed of Abraham. We worship the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And yet we coming up with this foolishness. Because somebody put a reverend on their name and they're not telling you anything about Christ. I said it before and I'll say it again. And I know folks will get upset, and that's fine. Go and talk to the Lord. If he really saves, you will. You will ask him to forgive you. I don't hate Dr. Martin Luther King. Never met him. He was gone before I was born. I just told you I'll be 60 in July. A lot of women don't tell their age. I used to not, but that's okay. I'm thankful because the enemy done tried me with so many things. I'm thankful to have every day alive. So here we are. Not one sermon have I ever seen documented from him. Not one. The things that people remember sound so good, but you don't want to tell the truth that this man, y'all say, wanted the black folks to be free, took an award from a woman who openly said she hated black people, brought abortion in their neighborhoods, and he got a Margaret Sanger Award. What that tell you? The party that black folks supposed to be on took an award. Oh, he did some wonderful things. You cannot deny the speeches he did, yes. All the other things he did against his wife and God. And he duped some folks. Yes, he did. And I know that makes up folks because he's not my Christ. I don't deny that the things was said was good, but what good did it come out of? Feel folks still talking about we're going to overcome one day. Burning houses. Still to the day, that party still say we got to go fight. We got to go march. We got to go protest. And now you end up on camera breaking the law. A pastor, she said. She said it. And we go around doing these things. You yelling in the church. You calling these people's name because they not saying a hard-headed woman's name who decided she was going to go break the law because she was taught to go against ICE. What you fighting for? Yes, if you're a Christian, you pray. And yes, if you can help, you can help. But if they breaking the law, they're breaking the law. You pray. And you ask the Lord to do what he has to do. But you going to break the law? You're going to want to kill. See, what people don't understand, that group not only said that you blowing these horns and blowing these whistles for folks that you don't even have anything to do with, you don't even like you. A young boy, young man, well, I say boy because I'm older than a young man. He had to be in his 20s, was bragging about, go work for me, white boy. Go work for me, white girl. Somalian. Oh, it's on TikTok. I saw it. I'm getting the benefits from you. He talking about being on food stamps and welfare and all of these benefits he getting. And then gets upset when he's called out. Anyone who is not have any stake in something, take advantage of it. You're not born here and you don't care. You're getting all these lying benefits, and then first thing you want to say, then after a while, you're black. You didn't care about black people. You didn't care about white people. You didn't care about Asian people. You didn't care about Hispanic people. You didn't care about anything about your group, because when you study them, you understand that they are clannish. What we mean by that, not like the KKK clannish, but they are family-oriented. Whatever group they're from, their family hangs with each other. They don't even interact with one another. You think they all get along? Nope. They won't allow this one to marry over there in that family. So it's almost like, well, it is incestual. A lot of them have done that. Have Ilhan Omar married her own brother just to get him over here. But you know, she did not have an intercourse with him. Somebody did, because the boy thinks he's a woman. It just be real. So she's doing all of this stuff in the government. Really, let's just be real. If people are not from a country, they should not be in that other country's government. I don't care if you were nationalized, legalized. Yes, you can work in the government, but to have a say. And then when you do have a say, you talk down about that country. And you still telling your folks that you're going to have them to, this country to do whatever you want them to do for your country. That's treasonous. Get out of here. It may upset some folks. She shouldn't even been in government. No way. She should have no say. And all the money you've gotten from folks, ill-gotten, should be coming back to us. Let me just, you want to talk about selfish? I'm going to be selfish tonight. Y'all will see the Facebook pages that the Lord had me to get on, because I'm beyond caring what it looks like anymore. You can't. When the Lord tell you do something, you do something. I have a legalized nonprofit organization, which is educational. The Lord named it Strings of Pearls Ministries. The pearls are people. He was showing me the different skin tones. They are people. Pearls, he said, were the rarest of the pearls have scars. And they are pearls because the host was attacked by outside substances or situations. You know, like an oyster gets sand in it. It irritates it, and it makes a pearl. So in the natural, pearls come from ugly situations. So he had Strings of Pearls Ministries for children who had been abused, those that have learning disabilities, adults that had never had opportunity to learn in school, can't read and different things, and give them their dignity. So we have an honest 501c3 educational system that should be able to get donations honestly. No lying. You can look them up. Check out the EIN number. Legal. For years, I've been asking for buildings and asking for teachers, and even have have the platform set up. We've even shared all of our I can't even think of the words right now. It's just terrible. But I've shared everything that the Lord has given to me. The proposals. Yes. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So everything legitimate. Have books in here ready to go. Have witnesses that can attest to it. And yet you see no building. I can't hire teachers. I've sought out grants for years. Over and over. A legitimate American nonprofit organization who is not lying and scheming and trying to steal from anybody, was using our own funds for fundraising to get things together, and people were wanting it to come to fruition. And yet these folks can come over here and talk about America like a dog, get $15,000 on a benefit card, actually giving $5,000 to stay in motels and have all type of surgery to transition yourself. And yet I was born here and couldn't get things for our people. Culture Pearl's 24-hour child care and children's home. Non-existent as far as building and all of these things, and much needed. So you want to tell me all these Christian people who's telling you that white men don't want you to have anything? They black too. They know I'm black. You know, for years I've been saying this. Not one penny have they tried to help me with, because I won't sell out, and I'm not going to. The Lord would do what he said he's going to do. How he's going to do it is his business. Am I jealous of folks? Absolutely not. I told you I shared my very proposal with some folks. Didn't hide a thing, didn't change anything, didn't hold anything back. Because I knew they will change the wording to fit them, and they got their monies. I know they did. And I'm thankful for that. But don't be telling me, oh, because she black, she won't say these things that I'm not black. Or have you lost your vision? It doesn't make sense. I am a child of God. I am who he made me to be. I love his people like he does. And if I feel anything that's not like him, I ask him to pull it out. Take it away from me. There will be no way I'm going to uphold anybody. I don't care what shade of skin you have. If you coming against the principles of God, if you tell me it's okay to go ahead and abort your children just for the benefit of it, it's okay. You're not ready. You thought you wasn't ready for the beginning. Don't have sex. Oh, is that just too hard? Oh, you might have made a mistake and God will forgive you. He's not trying to bash you over the head. I'm not even talking about those who have done this and asked the Lord to forgive them. I'm talking about the leaders that still propagandizing. Standing in pulpits telling you that's okay. Saying that preachers telling you it's okay for homosexuality to be your way of life. But you say you a Christian. Christian beliefs don't agree with that, because Christ, those 66 books he allowed to be written. And you keep on having people to try to get you off course of this lost books. There's no lost books. He will make sure you hear the truth, even if you're in the desert. That's what you think Arab means. People of the desert, or desert people. Many of them are coming to Christ. Now, I understand the trick of the enemy. Even right now, the seduction is telling folks that President Trump is the Antichrist. He done started this peace board. Oh, that's in Revelation. Did you read? Did you see the number of people that's on that board? Did you notice most of them were from Islamic nations and things? Don't want to fight. Amazing. It's more than the number that the Lord was talking about. I tried to tell you. I'm praying that folks pray and ask the Lord to let them hear him clearly. He said there's going to be wars and rumors of wars. He also talk about Antichrist and how many years is going to be a number of peace and all of this. President Trump is not Antichrist. Not at all. Not by a long shot. The Lord is using a man who's been through much. He gave him the gumption to stand up to anybody. And he loves his country. Yes, he has the personality that he wants to do the best that he can do. And he wants other people to be blessed too. I know that folks going to say, oh, she just loves President. I do. I love Joe Biden too. And he was straight up racist. Yeah, he was. He might not remember, but he was straight up racist. Said it out his mouth. Didn't even want his children to deal with those children with the roaches and all of these things. Anyway. But I love him and pray for him because God created him too. Don't mean he's a child of his. He's creation of God. Child of his means you have asked him to become your Lord and Savior and you're living for him. So all of these unnecessary distractions, seduction, coming up and kissing him brazenly. My husband is gone. I've laid the bed, laid the bed. Oh, let's just go to the Holy Spirit said. You better hear really, really clearly. It says, I noticed among the youth a young man lacking sense. Already done lost your mind listening to all this world. Brazen, just hard-headed. He was crossing the street near her corner, literally going for this stuff, seeking her out. He strolled down the road to her house at twilight in the evening. You already know what she's about, but you're going to go anyway. Boldly do it. Nobody pushed you. You did it. A woman came to meet him. He going away, and then she come to him. You seeking me, he coming to you, okay? Dressed like a prostitute. Having a hidden agenda. See, prostitutes don't have hidden agendas. Hear this clearly. This was not a prostitute. She was dressed like one. She had an agenda, a hidden agenda. Prostitutes tell you what they're going to do. They have using a body as a commodity, as business. And how do I know? Because I have counseled with them many times. They tell you the specialties, what you wanting, and how much it's going to cost you. This woman was dressed like a prostitute, having a hidden agenda. Now, we're talking about the churches and the government. Listen. President Trump don't have any hidden agendas. Y'all keep listening. Don't let the enemy keep tricking you. Y'all gonna see the truth come out. I told y'all, the Lord has said it. Exposure's coming to the church and to the government. She is loud and defiant. Oh, imagine that. Keep your mind right there with the government right now. Loud and defiant. You seeking her out. You go in twilight. She got a hidden agenda. Okay. She's loud and defiant. Her feet do not stay at home. Imagine that. Now in the street, now in the square, she lurks at every corner. Oh, let's fight. Let's protest. Let's burn this and burn that. Let's keep them enslaved. And whatever works, works. You all go and look up the book. Go on Strings of Pearls website. One day I would love to have the teachers to teach the classes, but the Lord said not to do that yet. So I bring information. We still bringing education, but not actual classes. That's coming. The teachers will be doing that. And find out what are the tricks of the enemy. What been working against people, using the emotions, get you caught up in some things. Now in the street, now in the square, she lurks at every corner. She grabs him and kisses him. Now this young man, inexperienced, curious, had to hear about it, walked over to it. She comes up to him, kisses him. New experience. She brazenly says to him, I've made fellowship offerings today. I have fulfilled my vows. She went into spirituality. Hidden agenda now. Prostitutes don't talk like that. They don't have that type of agenda to go for your soul. She says, I have made fellowship offerings today. I fulfilled my vows. So who did she make the fellowship offering with? Satan. You have folks in the government. You got people in Satanism. I just told you Hillary Clinton wrote her paper on it. She loved Margaret Sanger, said that was her one of her ideals. I'm paraphrasing. Go look up her own quotations about Margaret Sanger. Smiling. She received her award too. The woman who said she hated black people, that she wanted to get rid of the weeds, hated them, and decided she knew she and was a nurse at one point, wanted to kill them off. This woman who wanted to be the president of the United States, what did you think she was going to do to you black folks and Asian folks, anybody that wasn't white? Hidden agendas. Using black folks today. I know this is going to upset some folks because some of them really think that Jasmine Crockett really care about y'all that much. A young lady had gone to Catholic school. Her father paying $35,000 a year. This girl wasn't poor. She wasn't ghetto. She's ghetto in herself because she's choosing to be. It had to be in you to do it that well. Whatever makes that much money for you, that's what you want to do. And she's worth millions now. She told you that 6 digit of 100 and some odd thousand, I'm thinking $194,000 wasn't good enough. Somebody paid for her to tell these black girls to be as ghetto as they can be. And still telling you about the white folks don't want you to have anything. Oh, that's the agenda. You think it's just the black saying that? I told you they didn't care. They had white slaves too. So here, I've made fellowship offerings today. I fulfilled my vows. So I came out to meet you, to search for you. And I found you. I've spread coverings on my bed, richly colored linen from Egypt. I've perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Why? Come, let's drink deeply and of love making until morning. Why is it now the agenda is love whomever you want? All of this sexuality. Get you to the point where you allow a young man to dress up like a woman with his testicles showing through the swimsuit. Nowhere near a woman who could not cut it with the men in the sports. So you come in already naturally built differently than women, more powerful than women. And you take what is rightfully theirs, and now it's okay. Get the women to start dressing up in a certain way with the makeup until they don't even look real. So when they do it, it's acceptable. Hidden agenda. And to get upset because you're not Christian if you don't say it's okay. When did Christ ever say it was? Oh, they said, well, Christ never talked about homosexuality. Are you out your mind? Christ came and told you he came to fulfill the law, not to abolish it. He came even to fulfill the man when they said to, he got rid of the laws. He got rid of man's law, not his. And from the beginning, he told you what he was about. Because Christ told you when you see him, you saw the Father. We the same. Nowhere. He tell you it was unnatural. Didn't make you that way. And I said it before, if the first time you heard me, you're talking to someone, you're listening to someone right now. I said, we talking because this is our chat, our Friday night chat. And if you say anything to me, say hello, I'll get to see it when I get off. I promise you I'll answer you back. But I had been molested. Well, I don't know. I never blamed God. I was 5.5 years old. It happened the first time from someone who would have never done that. Never had ever said anything to me out of the way, out of the ordinary. Never, ever. It was the first and the last time that happened. I knew that it was a spirit because the atmosphere shifted. You could feel evil walk in. And I was introduced to something I should never. And it was so shocking to me until I was snatched up out of my body while this was happening. And after that, the enemy kept coming periodically through the same method, trying this and that, both male and female. So don't tell me that you made a certain way. No, your body can respond to these things. And sometimes people, out of fear or submission, being done this way over and over again, they choose, well, I might as well just accept this. I'm thankful he did not allow me to go that route. He saved me first before this even happened. Now I know exactly what people are feeling. So I'm telling you, you don't have to go that way. And if you have gone that way, you don't have to stay that way. Come out. Come back from that. It's the enemy. That was his hidden agenda to get a body that he can use. He wants to be worshiped. And the highest level of worship is sexual intimacy. That's where he figured the highest level of intimacy is sexual. Let me say that. Because I don't want people to say the highest level of worship is sexual intimacy. No. The highest level of intimacy is sexual because you have body to body. And a sexual intercourse is not just physical, it's spiritual. You actually take on the spirits of whom you're sleeping with. That's why the Lord said the two flesh become one. You start feeling. That's why they say soul ties. You pray everything back from those who've had their hands on you. But then this spirit of seduction kept saying in the 18th verse says, come, let's drink deeply of lovemaking until morning. That's why you see, again, how you see all this sex rampant all over the place. Anything and anybody. Notice that in Corinth, they were having orgies in their churches to their gods before they got saved. Let's feast on each other's love. My husband isn't home. These preachers saying the same thing. Going to gay churches. That's an oxymoron. And you listening to gay pastors tell you that Christian people are slaves. They slave to their Bible. They mock the Bible because they know there's no way you're going to find the Bible agreeing with it. So they decided that their way is the way to worship. They worship in the things of Satan. Lust is lust. It's a spirit. It'll have a person sleep with a dog. A person sleep with a baby. A woman sleep with a girl or boy. And men the same way. Or sleep with, or have, they call sexual intercourse with objects. Lust doesn't care. It's a spirit. It wants a body. So here says, my husband isn't home. And in the church, the enemy has come in because they don't have Christ in their church. Saying all of these things. Preachers having children won't tell people they have them. Don't want to pay child support because let somebody know it, or pay child support undercover because you cheated on your wife and your girlfriends and all of these things and your boyfriend. Oh, anything can go now because the husband wasn't home. Now he says he went on a long journey. He took a bag of silver with him and will come home at the time of the full moon. You heard they said all kinds of things happen at the full moon. She seduces him with her persistent pleading. That's what's happening in the church and in the government. Constantly have to keep feeding you this bitter mess until Christians are no longer, a lot of them are not even hearing the Holy Spirit because their God has become the news. They don't realize it because you're worshiping what they're telling you. Don't realize they've been paid to tell you this stuff. indicted a man for things, took a misdemeanor, because they said it came out. The bank said the man never stole anything. The guy over Shark Tank said that every business person has to try to get a loan from the bank. They're not going to get what they need for their business. So they have to raise their prices up, set the prices high, really. And said that you're probably going to get at least maybe a third of what you need. He said that Donald Trump at the time, because he wasn't president, said that he actually was the only person they ever saw gave a 35-page itemization of his property and gave them the estimation he's had and had them to do their own due diligence, which all banks do anyway. No bank said he defrauded. Every bank said that every loan he got, he either paid on time or ahead of time. But yet he was indicted. Over and over, you keep hearing a convicted felon. Wouldn't have ever been because they lied. They bumped up what was supposed to be a misdemeanor and make a felony so that you can get this one man out of position. And these people who say they're saved and filled with the Holy Ghost will tell you right now he's the devil, and anybody talk about him is the devil and all of this stuff, and find all kinds of ways to strip you apart, say all kinds of evil things to you and about you. I'm one that really don't care. I've been through hell. Told you die many deaths. And the Lord still has me here. I'm not fearing you. I still will love you. I don't even fear death, because he said to be absent from the body is present with the Lord. Now we must tell the truth. This seduction, this demon dressed up like a prostitute, because the young man was wanting to be experienced sexually. Whatever your experience is, whatever desire you want, the enemy is coming to give it to you. If you want to still believe because you have been convinced that folks hate you, you're going to keep feeding off of this stuff. Logic should sink in at some point in time. How are these same people saying all this stuff, and yet they have, but they say you can't? How is it that the enemy keeps trying to convince young people, they stole everything from the black person? Black people had inventions, and if you go and look, yes, there was a time where the laws were saying that they couldn't do this and that, but yes, they still had white people writing down their inventions and actually gave them patents on it, defying the law. So you're going to say no white men, every white man doesn't want you to have anything. They're the ones who was putting it in the books to telling you this one created this thing and made that thing and put the patents in for them. Oh, but if you keep listening to that seduction, that lying demon that wants you to worship Satan, all it takes is to hate. All it takes is to open up to fear. She seduces him with her persistent pleading. She lures with her flattering talk. Oh, isn't that just amazing? That party that's supposed to, I'm just going to say the Democrat Party, who tell you all the time, we for the people. Most people believe that, because we used to think that the Democrat Party was one that wanted the God family and wanted the government and everything to be peaceful, because we were presented that. Because I grew up watching the films of John F. Kennedy, and like I said, everybody knew he had some girlfriends and things, but his principles for people and wanting to help the black people, yeah, it happened. Oh, folks get rid of you after a while because you don't fit their agenda. He was white, y'all know that, right? And it was a white man that got rid of him. Y'all will find out just who is coming. You know who did it because he hated him. Had the devil right there, right beside him. Anyway, we go on and it says, he follows her impulsively like an ox going to the slaughter, like a deer bounding toward a trap until an arrow pierces its liver, like a bird darting into a snare. He doesn't know it would cost him his life. And that's what's going on. Keep telling them this stuff. That young lady would have never died if she hadn't bought into that mess. You listen to the video of her father-in-law, former father-in-law, because her husband had died. And then she ends up in a relationship with this woman. And all of a sudden, the school she goes to telling her to fight ICE and teaching the children all sorts of Marxism, socialism, communism, and all of it. None of it going to work. You realize that. It was amazing how the Germans came over and found out back then how folks were doing the slavery and this so-called civil rights thing. They said, oh, no, we can't go that far. They wouldn't even do the stuff that's been done here. All in the name of civil rights. And bringing that stuff in the church. Oh, yeah, you can talk politics in the church. You're supposed to. You're supposed to be praying for these leaders. But socialism, telling folks to come back to the plantation, talking about black people being traitors, y'all coons and all sorts of stuff, the names that you was calling you don't like, you calling other black people because you say black lives are so precious to you, black lives matter so much, right? Then some are so sensitive. Our lives, man, yeah, we know that, but they were just trying to let you know they're still slaves. They're trying to prove that black people do matter because at one point they was legally on paper that they really didn't. To some. But the Constitution already told you that you did read, that people didn't read. They didn't talk to God. Not everybody. Because no man can take from you what God gave you. It's agenda, money. The enemy trying to use them. Right now, they are trying to create the third war. But the one they call the Antichrist said, no, you don't want the war. The Antichrist will want the war. The one he going to fight is Armageddon. This stuff, the Lord told you, it's going to be wars and rumors of wars. There have been wars. There's civil war going on right now. It was going on for 10 years to come against one man that you didn't want to be in the presidency for. Why? Why? He knew you. He knew you were out to dupe folks. Understand it. Just be real. Just get out of your emotions. It's not a bunch of black folks coming after Donald Trump. It's folks that look just like him. Talk about him like a dog. Telling all kinds of lies and pay folks to tell lies. Why? Think. Hillary Clinton worshiped the devil. And she came after him. So how could he be the enemy? Think. Oh, some folks better pray. Oh, they better. He used to be Democrat before he's a president. Found out some things, and you go back and look at the videos and in his 20s, and it's talking about that he wouldn't want to be the president, but if he saw at one point, he said, because he didn't see any one of the parties, the Democrats or the Republicans, doing for the people like they should. That's what he said. And if he ever saw that there will be a need, I'm paraphrasing, because you can go to videos, you know, they have videos of the man all my life. And he said then that he could see somebody being bold enough. They have to be somebody that's bold enough to do it and care about the people and care about the country enough to do it. And he wasn't seeking it. The woman was talking about money. He said, I have more than enough. I like to do things because, you know, it's satisfying. But he wasn't after money. See, that's the difference. Love of money is the root of all evil. The Lord, when he had me to start praying for him, and I know it upset some folks, upset my own husband. I'm just going to be honest with you. She did. Hey, I pray for the little fella. He tickles me. But anyway, please, Lord said, pray for him. I started believing all this stuff that folks were saying. Never met him. And I'm so thankful the Lord didn't allow me to hate, because if you hate, you're not his. But I start buying into these things and start feeling ill will towards the man. And if he hates people this way, hate the country this way, hate black folks this much. Oh, he put this ad, and I'm like, wait a minute. That's when I started like, wait a minute, Lord, now that's stupid. I said, he put an ad in the paper when the 5 guys was accused of raping the woman. Yeah, the 5 black boys and the white woman. You know, we have to do that. Anyway, I said, wait. Even the black folks thought they did it. Their own daddy had gone to the police and said they did it. This man never did call them a bad name. He never did say that because they black, they deserve it. He said that if they did it, they deserved to be punished. When he found out they didn't do it, he apologized. Oh, but they don't say that. I didn't even apologize. He did. I thought they did it too. Because they made it seem that they did. They owned that party. That party right there did it. Using it, but yet, double-edged sword. Get the folks get caught up. Get them acting like fools. Don't let them think. Keep it coming. Keep pumping them with this stuff. Pump it, pump it, pump it. And that's what you have here. Preachers hating on this man. Hating on him. Now, let me say that one more time. Preachers hating Donald Trump. Why? Oh, he hate black folks, right? But yet he was the only president outside of Republicans and Democrats that funded all of your black colleges, historical colleges, and universities. Every year, they said, Republicans and Democrat presidents make the black schools come there and sit there for hours like they're not sitting, was not there, to hold out your hand for a handout that you had to come back every year and get. And President Trump said, I love you good people. I've gotten to know you, but why do y'all come up here every year to do this? He said, that's what we're supposed to do. That's what they have us to do. He said, how much does it take for you to run your school? They told him, he wrote the check. And they went back and was handling their business. Oh, but he hate black folks, though. Imagine that. Anyway, so let's go back to the seduction. Now, sons, listen to me and pay attention to the words from my mouth. Don't let your heart turn aside to her ways. Don't stray unto her paths, for she has brought many down to death. Her victims are countless. Oh, y'all better look. Her house is the road to Sheol, descending to the chambers of death. Preachers not preaching the gospel. Preaching socialism, communism. Oh, let everybody have the same amount of everything. That's not going to happen. God didn't even do that. He gave it to you according to your ability. And he'll multiply what he gave you if you use it correctly. Want the government to have, give you everything. The grocery stores was broke. Because you know, you have to fund the government, right? So how the government going to fund you, give you anything if you're not working? That's why they went broke. But you got a president that says he want the people to have their own stuff. Literally don't want the IRS taking your cash. Don't want the older folks to have to pay taxes on their Social Security either. Oh, but he's the devil. the Antichrist. He's trying to cause us to take the word. Hey, are you reading the word at all? Are you listening to the Lord? Or is it that you have now bowed down to the media, bowed down to that TV, and listening to these folks? A lot of them, I'm telling you, pay for it. Don't hate Donald Trump. You really believe all these people hate him? Oh, you got to be serious. Money sells, honey. A lot of these folks, Chuck Schumer was friends with Donald Trump until Donald Trump became president. Hanging out at his house. Used to come and lobby for money from him when he was a businessman. President Trump brought that out when they was at that, you know, the highest Roman Catholic church charity. Told him, he said, I'm broke though, right? When you used to be friends with me, and you used to come and lobby for your cause, and my money was good for you then. Oh, but folks don't want to hear that because a lot of your news, your church, your news station didn't tell you that. Why is she talking about the president so much tonight? Because the Lord is trying to show you. All of these that was in leadership in the president's seat, he allowed to be there, and some he chose to be there. Yeah, it's true. Nobody can do anything except he allow it. He allowed this man to be president. He brought him back 3 times. For a reason, why? And now folks are saying that he's trying to bring about, he's the Antichrist, and y'all didn't come up with who's the false prophet and all this stuff, and gonna have the mark of the beast and all this stuff, and go and read that and find out. You see that this is not it. And if it were, we were all the ones that were saying we're gonna be caught up in the rapture. You already been busted, right? Because if he's the Antichrist, you're still here. Do your homework. And don't be that woman. Definitely don't be that woman that decency shuns and honesty runs away from. I want to thank you all for just allowing this chat to go on as long as it did. Those of you who have stopped by for the first time, I thank you. I truly do. I'm honored. Those of you who have stopped by more than one time, I truly, my goodness, I really do thank God for you. Because I know that I'm not what the Lord have me to say, and the way he have me to present it is not everybody's cup of tea. I understand. But if you can love me in spite of what folks don't like, man, I tell you, I really do. I don't take it for granted. I love you with all my heart. I really do. Y'all see this? I'm doing some protective hair. My hair had gotten broken on one side. I still have the length, but it was like thin because it was broken on one side. And anyway, like I told you, my middle name is Van T. So I'm not trying to be too vain, but we women like our stuff right. So I'm protecting my hair as it grow back, and the enemy thought he was going to do some things, but he won't win. That commercial break next. Back to what I was saying. I do honor you. I do love you. And if it's the first time you ever hear me, you will hear every Friday he allowed me to come. I'm going to tell you before I leave that I love you with all of my heart. I really do. I pray that you feel it. But much more than your feelings, because feelings can change and fluctuate. I pray that you see it. And much more important than my love for you will ever be, I want you to know that God loved you first. And he sure enough loves you all best. God bless you, and good night.